community aspect of what you're doing just sounds like it's so crucial and key to the success of your launch and your business. I'm curious, I mean, you've done 14, 15 of these now. What would you say to someone who's thinking, I need to create a community like that, or I need to create community in my business? What would be some important keys for people to do around creating an active community that's vibrant and excited about doing the work like that?
Okay, I could think of a couple things. One thing that really is my guiding light is I'm obsessed with their success. I want them to finish with a project that they love and know that they've gotten the help that they want. They made it exactly how they like. They finished. They love it. I often think about try and reverse engineer our launches to make sure that we've done everything we can during the course of the experience to set them up for success. So there's nothing left on the table. Everything that we could show them and teach them how to do pertaining to that design, we do. The other thing I try really hard to stress in the community is that it's a no judgment zone. So one thing that's so funny about knitters is that they can be very snooty. And there's a lingo to knitting. There's all these abbreviations and acronyms. And sometimes when you come in as a beginner, it's really intimidating. Like everybody knows what they're doing. I don't even know how to fix a drop stitch or find my size. So I really harp on that a lot, that this is a judgment-free zone. No question is too dumb. And what's so cool about that is that we really have all levels of knitters joining in our communities. And the folks that are really experienced help out the people that are just getting started in a friendly, judgment-free way that isn't shaming them, anything like that. And I think that we try and set that tone, myself and the coaches that we work with, that, no question is too dumb. Sometimes you'll see projects, there's drop stitches, there's mistakes galore, but it really, all that matters is that the person who made it likes it. So those are two things I think about a lot. We talk a lot about freedom of self-expression, and that any type of freedom of self-expression is welcome. So we have a big New York City contingency, and they are sophisticated and sleek, and they knit, in black and gray and neutrals. And then we have like the California crowd that's the complete opposite. It's a place where really you can do you, whatever that means.
So Amy, I'd love to stick on the community bit a bit, because it's something I think I'm good at. And I've been asked several times recently by folks say, hey, do you have any training on how you do that, the creating the community? And frankly, I don't. It's just something I do for our clients. And certainly you've experienced that, Amy, being in the mastermind. But I'd just like to stick with you on this a little bit about how you're building community, and maybe it'll help me articulate some of the ways I do. Because how do you get your folks, the experienced folks, to show up and help and mentor and not be snooty? How do you set that tone? How do you encourage them to do that?
I think part of the inherent built-in experience of our knit-alongs, and now we're experimenting with these challenges, is that it's a sprint. We're all making this thing together. So it feels like we're all in it together. There's a start date and there's an end date, which is something I learned from you. You can't sell the thing for forever. There needs to be a start date and an end date. I think if it went on forever, it would be harder. But because we're all in it, and there's calls and events and emails every day of the knit along, there's this built-in excitement and energy around it. And everyone is genuinely so excited to see others' progress, because even if they're a beginner, they can definitely be inspired by the colors and the yarns that beginner chose. So I think it's a genuine just being a part of it, being a part of the energy and the creativity and wanting to help. So I don't know if I do anything specific, but I think having the schedule and the what we do in Facebook every day, and then within our Zoom calls, adds to the inherent accountability of the group and wanting to finish their project on time and cheer each other on. We also, this time around, we did prizes I guess we've done it twice. That was really cool. So we did a prize for best community cheerleader. And I think that actually led to people really going bananas. We also did a completion prize this time, which was really cool. And it was to encourage their success to finish. We knew that they could finish it in 2 weeks if they knit for 30 minutes a day. But I think that also drove people to want to finish and stick to the schedule and be a part of it for the period of the challenge. When we asked for the completion prize, we asked for a photo of their bag. And so we created this big Airtable gallery of all their bags, which was also amazing. And people wanted to be a part of that. They wanted to see themselves up there with everybody else's. So that may have added to the participation. We also asked for a video ask, and we just asked them one question: what was your favorite thing about this challenge? And it was so cool. Someone on my team went through every single one of them. And it taught us a lot about what the most valuable thing is for our community, which is really the classes and then that creative freedom piece of like the mixing of the yarns and the colors in a way that feels free and true to themselves. Those were their favorite things. So I don't know if that's a good answer, but that's what's working for me.
Do you have a way? I mean, it sounds like you have prizes for community cheerleaders, but maybe like when someone does show up and they're a great, have a great mentoring moment, do you find some way to shine the spotlight on them as like that? This is what we do within the community, and this is why we're so powerful together.
Yeah. So, well, this time around on each Zoom, we did a shout out for different members. So if they were struggling, we just took a screenshot of their Facebook post. I mean, one lady, she had truly never knit before, and she was like, "I've never felt so proud of myself." It was really cool. So we always did like 5 to 10 of those, and then I think midway through the challenge, we did one highlight that was just people who haven't started yet, because that's a big thing, is that people feel behind, even though if they haven't started yet, even though they can totally finish and catch up, but they almost won't get started if they feel behind. So we did a highlight on just like, hey, this person just did a gauge swatch, they just cast on, or don't get discouraged. And I think we will lean more heavily into that in the future, because that was something that came up on the video ask. A couple people were like, I didn't even get started because I felt so behind, because there is this crazy momentum of the community moving on ahead. So I think we'll lean into that more, but those community shout outs were cool. They take time, but I think they were really worth it.
Hey, Launch family, real quick before you go, if PLF has helped you or inspired you, this is your chance to share it and to get paid for it. We're opening the doors for PLF partners and affiliates. And whether you're in marketing, knitting, breathwork, or any other type of niche, if you've got a story and a following, this is your moment. We'll give you everything you need: swipe copy, strategy support, and a world-class launch built to convert. Head on over to productlaunchformula.com/affiliate to join our PLF affiliate team, and we'll turn your story into some real momentum. We dare you to launch.